everybody? Welcome back to the WPC Ace. It is the tie-breaking, the qualifying rounds to get to Shanghai, the last game of the evening, Alliance versus Team Empire. We just had a marathon 61-minute long game, Alliance taking the victory, or excuse me, Sigma taking the victory over Alliance. I misspoke there for a second. A ton of great Dota today. Of course, this game is going to round it all out, ladies and gentlemen, at least for the WPC Ace League. Once again, thanks for joining us. My name is Mott, and of course, right now, I am not alone. Thankfully, I have a co-caster. Pimp, how you doing, man?
Oh, it's wonderful. I can't wait to get this game going. And, well, we just had some pretty damn big informations, actually. We got a time rating, so Sigma is already out, and if Alliance wins sub 37 minutes and 23 seconds, they actually advance. So that's a huge deal.
So Alliance, they got to win early on here. That's going to be, I think, their core strategy with this draft. They have to absolutely outplay Team Empire, who have been playing absolutely phenomenally. And you're right, even though Sigma played an amazing game up against Alliance, the time rating, and because they lost to Team Empire, that means they're out of it, unfortunately, for Sigma. So well played to them, but we'll move on, much to this day, and I'm sure, of Sigma fans and Sigma players everywhere. Batrider coming out for Alliance, a hero that we've seen a lot today already, but Empire, I mean, they're going to be able to take this 37 minutes long. You'd have to at least think, right, Pimp?
Yeah, well, the thing is, if Empire wins, they're through, right? They're 2-0 and they just won everything.
Right.
That's fine, they're gonna go to Shanghai. But they can just pick a very turtle-ish lineup, and I'm not too surprised to see Alliance already picking up a Batrider. He's a playmaker, he can come online very early in the game. 8 to 10 minute Blink Dagger, maybe a 4-star sub 15 minutes, and just go ham. And, well, they have to go early, they have to win big. Well, go big or go home. It's gonna be the name of the game here for Alliance. And these 37 minutes, that's not easy, dude. That's not easy.
It's not. We've seen stomps happen, and we've seen, rather quick games, 20 minutes, maybe even 15, 25, 30 minutes. That's fine, but Alliance, they kind of have to buckle down. Like you said, Batrider, a big playmaker. They need some heroes that are kind of good in the early game. Lycan would have been one of those heroes. They can't go for a Naga. Team Empire, knowing this, they're not going to ban it out or anything like that. Don't expect to see too much late game come out from Alliance. They've got to get a hero up, and they got to get him running early on. So semi-carries galore, early game aggression. We've even seen them run Pugna. DK sometimes could work out in this scenario. And Team Empire, Dazzle, the one who prolongs team fights the most. They'll pick him up first, and Vangscore, what can you say about him, man? He is an excellent Dazzle player.
Yeah, it's just so many players are incredibly strong on the side of Empire. We will also not only have Vanscore on his Dazzle, we also have the signature Silencer, who could come into play because he's just one of those guys. He can just stop every sort of initiation right after someone jumps in from the Batrider, maybe. So this could be something we're gonna see, the Silencer, but there's a puck. This is a teamfight controller, and wow, we're gonna see a Wisp from Alliance. This is big.
Yeah, they want to be relocating, they want to be getting pickoffs, and with those pickoffs, maybe doing something with it, whether it's pushing, whether it's maybe trying to find more team fights, Roshan as well. But with the IO, somebody we don't see a whole lot of anymore, they have that global strategy ready. They can even just tether up the Batrider, get him some lasso targets, and go from there. And Alliance, they know how to play a strong IO. You head back to about TI3, and, well, IO was picked pretty much every game in those grand finals. And honestly, still a decent hero. I don't know, a good start for the draft. You talked about Empire, they have that team fight control. Everything could go their way. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, but this is a great pickup. I really think this is going to be one of those things, you go big or you go home, and this is, well, I'm kind of just repeating myself, but it is a great pickup. The Wisp, the question is, who's going to be paired with the Wisp? We're talking about Alliance here, and they've got many heroes which can actually work. We saw a bit of CK Wisp, a bit of Tiny Wisp from the European teams, but you can also just pick your whole lineup around the Wisp in a way that the Batrider works with the Wisp, in a way that an Invoker works with the Wisp, obviously span out, but you can not only go for this one hero you're going to pair with the Wisp, but with many heroes as well. But I have to say, the puck, if you jump him, he's got a phase shift, he can just, get out, he's got a Blink Dagger up at like sub 20 minutes for sure, so that's hard to gank.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. Puck is one of those heroes that's extraordinarily slippy. It's tough to gank him, not only in the mid lane early on, but like you talked about with the Blink Dagger especially. So that global strategy, if you're going to try to go for that relocate onto a puck, it's going to be difficult. You've got to make sure you get your lasso or something to initiate first as the relocates charge him, because he'll just get out of there with an Illusion Orb and a Jaunt and what have you. So that's at least one good thing for Team Empire in that regard. They do have the next pick. They're already into the reserve time right now. They're thinking, what do they need? What can they do to kind of just stall this game? Treant did get banned out, whereas they could have picked that up for themselves if they wanted to. Something that can delay pushes, something that can make sure that they don't get involved in too many team fights. And I'm trying to rack my brain right now, but nothing's coming to the forefront. You have any ideas?
Naga Siren! This could be big. No, seriously, I'm not sure if they're gonna pick up a Naga. I actually think this would be a good idea. Because these teams, it is by no means any shame if you play for the win. If you wanna just drag it out late, you are gonna advance, so you might as well go for it. And there's a Luna, that's an excellent pickoff. She comes early. Well, she comes early online, and if she's got a BKB up, like as the second item or something, she's gonna wreck face with it. Maybe just skip the Midas, go HOD, go super quick BKB, and just go and fight, get the towers, get the base.
Right.
Oh, man.
The problem I'm thinking about right now is that besides those glaives, which don't come online as early as some of Luna's other abilities, they don't have that much pushing potential.
5 seconds remaining.
And 37 minutes is a tough time to crack, and we keep going back to that point. With Team Rubik, not only do they have the ability to control team fights with the puck, but they have telekinesis now. They've got whatever Rubik steals when he hits level 6. But we also need to keep in mind that laning phase could determine everything right now. And as it stands, Io not the best laner. Dazzle and Rubik are very strong, plus whatever hero they pair up with it. They have 17 seconds left in reserve time right now. They're really thinking about this. Mag the drafter, we'll see what he goes for.
Yeah, that's... I actually don't know. Like, seriously, usually... You got an idea as a caster, like what is the opening, what is the thing, but here we are in such a crazy situation which is just not the everyday. Wow, that's actually interesting, the Nixus has done.
I want to throw it out there, and I'm sure no one's going to believe me, that I actually thought that might be coming from Mag, just because of his Nyx Assassin. We've talked about it before, and he's actually good in team fights too. He's good at stalling, he's good at getting pickoffs. I mentioned DK for Alliance, they're going to pick it up, so now they have that pressure onto towers with the Elder Dragon form. And mid-matchup could be okay against the puck. It depends on how phase shifts go and how breathe fires work. If they send him there, they could also send Batman if they really wanted to. But as it stands now, a couple good pickups coming out. I think Alliance, they're more so focused on trying to get the win. Obviously, they'd like to have it under 37 minutes, but they have to have a sense of urgency, obviously. But I don't know. It's already interesting. The draft is about to be completed here, and we'll see what happens.
I wouldn't mind to see Alliance picking up a Leshrac. They don't pull him out of their heads too often, but you know, it's a very strong hero if you play it right. You don't have too much of a setup. You've got the DK stun, you've got the Luna stun. That's nice-ish, but Luna stun is obviously very short.
Right.
But still, if you get one team fight, you're gonna have corrosive breath. You're gonna have an overcharge from the Wisp on the DK. He's gonna dish out tons and tons of damage, and you're gonna have your Edict just ripping towers apart. So this could be an idea, but still. You never know.
Yeah, I would say Pugnant, but that works more in a farming role. Meanwhile, Random maybe? Oh no, Empire get that pick off at the last second. It is going to be a Lifestealer who is so good at fighting early. So good, plus the Nyx bombs coming out. Even the Puck bombs as well. Super great lineup coming in from Team Empire. This is a lineup you'd see. They're not trying to stall. This is just them playing Dota, it seems like. Whereas Alliance, well, same thing for them, I suppose. They haven't used any of their reserve time right now. You talked about Leshrac, that can get picked up. It's available to them. Somebody that can push down towers would be nice, or at least contribute to a team fight. And we'll see.
Remaining.
Yeah, they need the 5-man. They need the ganks. They need the 5-man. They need everything in this game. It's all on the line. The trip to Shanghai. This is going to be such a nice feat. I mean, this is going to be a great game, period. And Venomancer, yeah, this is great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Good support coming out. Gives you that bit of lockdown. Has, of course, Poison Nova to fight early on here. And obviously, with the Plague Wards, really good at pushing. So not only do they have control, and I talked about this in the last game, Alliance seems to kind of have that fine balance between team fight and push, as well as just laning stage on top of everything. So they kind of have this finesse, but so do Team Empire. And we're talking about one of the hottest teams in the world right now in Team Empire here, jumping into this last game, man. If you look at the draft, though, if we're looking at it a purely objective standpoint, without the 37-minute time limit, whose draft do you favor more at this point?
Well, from a just very casual observer point of view, I would say Alliance have a very solid draft. Well, Team Empire, it's okay, but I feel like Alliance do have the better draft if they take it a bit later. The Lifestealer is great, but he can be controlled quite a bit. You know, you're gonna have the Wisp just giving people a bit of more movement speed. You're gonna have the Badger Lasso and everything. But if we keep this time limit into consideration, I'm not sure actually. I would say Alliance do have what they need to finish it up early. But at the same time, this is some sort of turtling lineup. They've got great wave clear. They're gonna have a Nyx Impale. They're gonna have a Fate Bolt flying through. Rubik is not the best wave clear, but he's alright. And Resolution on the Spark is gonna be just a very big nuisance with his Illusory Orb.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, both lineups, I agree, they're both solid. It's going to be a close one, I think, and the time limit's going to be that much more grating for Alliance to try to get things done. Speaking of Alliance, jumping into the last game of the day for the WPC Ace. If Empire wins, they move on. If Alliance wins by 37 minutes, they'll move on. For Alliance, you've got Loda. He'll be on the Luna, no surprise there. You've got EGM on that IO. Played an excellent Vengeful Spirit that last game. Unable to get the victory, but still real good stuff. Aki on the Venomancer. Heading to the mid lane. S4 on that DK, unsurprisingly, to round it all out. The offlaner, Admiral Bulldog on the Batrider.
And in the bottom lane, we've got Vanska on the new fancy-looking Dazzle set. He's got a freaking Desolator. You might as well, you know, fame him for this one. We got the other support. It's gonna be, of course, Always Wanna Fly playing the Rubik. Bottom lane, it's gonna be Silent farming away his, well, you can say signature lifestealer. Not quite his Spectre, but his lifestealer is high up there. Resolution in the mid lane is gonna be playing the Puck, which leaves, of course, Mag on the off lane, Nyx Assassin.
That'll be Empire's lineup now. Mag offlane. In this tri-lane coming out for Alliance, they have ganking potential with Venomous Gale. Obviously, Spike Carapace is going to be really nice to have, but and the base regen as well for Mag. He should be okay in this lane, because Tether is not that great anymore. No stun coming out as well. Just 100% slow coming from EGM, who did skill up Tether first. On the other side of things, Admiral Bulldog boots first on Batrider. No surprise there. He shouldn't get caught out of position too easily. They will have Always Wanna Fly with Telekinesis ready to go. And of course, Vangscore and Silent, you can't really count them out. So it comes down to the laning phase, the microcosm of the game. We'll see how early on Alliance want to get things going. They need S4 to have his level 6 to have that Elder Dragon form. Some levels up for the Venomancer to get some Plague Wars going as well. Otherwise, they're kind of pretty much non-existent in terms of damage. Whereas Empire, they could kind of slow play this, like we talked about.
Yeah, also one thing to note about the time rating, because I see people are very confused in the chat. So Empire won against Sigma in 37 minutes and 23 seconds. So if they lose this game, they're 1-for-1. And Alliance as well, they lost the game to Sigma, but if they win this game, they're 1-for-1 as well. So you have this tiebreak situation once again. So who's gonna win this tiebreak? And this is, well, it's not a great deal. Like, it's not easy to just tiebreak matches up, and so the time rating is pretty much the last chance here.
Right.
And this is why we are on a 37-minute, 23-second timer.
Right. That's exactly why we keep going back to that time and making a big deal out of it. We're not just making a big deal out of it for no specific reason. It's actually very important to Alliance. For Empire, if they win this game, it doesn't matter. So Mag getting caught out. Lucent Beam got body blocked there by Aki for a bit. He went Poison Sting. They don't have enough damage to bring Mag down, and yeah, there's just not enough there. It was close, but no cigar coming out for Alliance to get that first blood on Mag. Maybe with the Venomous Gale, yes, but he skilled Poison Sting up early.
Yeah, it's a great Harris tool, obviously. You're gonna have so much more DPS on your Venomous Venomous companion. That is the Venomancer, I'm sorry. But yeah, it got nerfed a bit, so the base damage is very low. But with the Luna Aura, it's kinda alright once again, so that's win-win. Also mid lane Resolution taking a bit of harassment, but his bottle is gonna be inbound rather soon, and he's doing a great job. He's 9-1 against the 7-for-2 from the Dragonite.
He almost, the salve almost got cancelled. You saw that, and he actually ferried that out to him. It would be a quicker bottle if not for that salve he purchased up. Now, Vangscore is actually wrapping around, and looks like he's looking for the courier to come through. We've seen this before. There's no ward down here. Vangscore's going to back off, just kind of scouting things out. Bottle's not coming just yet. Aki going to make his way with the DD rune and Venomous Gale. That is a dangerous combo for Resolution to deal with, but he does have Jaunt, obviously, like we talked about, with the Illusory Orb to get him out of a bad situation. But Aki, he's going to do the same thing. They're both looking for the bottles. This time, Aki's going to find it, I think, on the low ground. This is not flying yet, 30 seconds away from it.
The Alliance Courier, it's got 2 bottles in it and boots for S4. If this dies, that's big. And look at the Courier from Empire. Oh man, they metagame Alliance right now, so that's a cute play here.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't. They sent it the long way. They knew Aki was missing. I think they saw him in the top rune, and he went up to, of course, the high ground. So they're just like, all right, just send it the long way around. That's fine. We'll just get it there safely. Aki can't dive past the tower. Oh man, metagames coming out everywhere from both teams here. Alliance, neither that courier is not dying as well. Of course, you talked about the bottle coming out for S4. The other bottle was for the IO, who might get rune control and do okay with it. Aki's gonna head back up to that top lane with 500 gold in the bank, try to get boots maybe. Admiral Bulldog looks like he's sitting at level 3. He can head to the jungle if he wants to now. Maybe go regen up, try to get that early blink dagger like we talked about. He continue to try to get CS or an experience this lane if he wants to, but it might be tough.
Yeah, it's all about disrupting the farm. You don't want to have your Silent just running away with a, I don't know, like a 15-minute armlet, phase, drums, all those items you need in order to win these early teamfights as a lifestealer to actually go and like go close up and personal with the people. But well, so far it's a good choice. Now it looks like Bulldog's got enough. Yeah, okay, so now he's going to the jungle.
Yeah, he's gonna stack up some sticky napalm. Only 100 mana for Firefly. He could do that once and maybe head to the well after that, and even go Tranquils if he really wants to, but might go for that early blink instead. But we'll see. It depends really on how he feels. As it stands, though, I mean, both teams not getting really much out of the supports. They're both pulling. They're both chain pulling. Aki roamed mid, so did Vangscore. So in terms of that, the supports aren't getting levels, and that really is, I guess, okay, as long as both teams are kind of having issues in that regard.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Also, I just want to see, well, if you're an Alliance fan, you want to see the Wisp getting levels ASAP.
Right.
The sooner the Wisp comes online, the better it is for the Alliance, obviously. They need to get this level 6 on the Yo ASAP, and if they have it, well, then they can make stuff happen all around the map. And I'm actually pretty sure they're going to just try to pull, and as soon as there's a 6 coming up, this is going to be it. This is the go point.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, level 6 for obviously the Bat Rider, for EGM as well, even the Luna, I mean, pretty much all of their heroes, except for maybe the Venomancer, you're going to want 6 on. You can even forego the Poison Nova just to get more points in the Wars and the Sting, and at that point, just try to push down towers, but yeah. The thing is, EGM, the only way he's going to find experience is through jungling like he's doing now. He's stacking up. He can even use his spirits to try to get last hits, or he can head down to that bottom lane, leech that experience, and try not to die, as Bat Rider has kind of rotated to the jungle. But now Admiral Bulldog is going to head back down bottom. He'll be the one leeching the experience, trying to get level 6. All the meanwhile, Resolution, 27 CS, 24 for S4, so not too terrible, considering, you know, he is that DK up against Resolution who has that range on him. It is going to be the Midas coming out for Loda here, and interesting choice.
I think the big deal here about the Midas is going to be the level 2 Eclipse coming up at a reasonably faster pace if you use the Midas like twice on a big creep. And this is something, I'm not too much of a fan of Midas usually on the Luna, because it, like the Helm of the Dominator is such a great item pickup in general. It gives you damage and you still get more farm and a bit of armor as well. But this Midas, yeah, it's some sort of mid-game acceleration Midas, and since we're on a timer, yep, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. And also, I have to say, Mac is doing a marvelous job at always like contesting the pulse. He's always like in the river here. I can't draw because it's a freaking water anyways, but he's always making sure that Arky as well as the Wisp can't find too much of experience, and this is why EGM is actually in the jungle with Admiral Bulldog, just helping him out a bit. And he's still going to be leeching the experience, I think. Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do. That's a good call by Alliance.
Yeah, and then at least it will get him to level 5 rather soon, maybe with the stack even. Already level 5 is Bulldog. I'm going to take a bit longer for him to get 6. He'll take this other creep camp real quick. EGM's got to be careful, though. No bottle charges left, and he could go down very quickly to one of these creep camps, but he'll be fine. Silent, continuing to farm away, not going for a Midas himself, but maybe that early game damaging item that we talked about, maybe like an armlet. You don't see people go drum 2 more, but looks like he will pick that Midas up, and it's going to be Midas Gaming for both carries here.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm actually not sure about this, because you don't need too many levels. I mean, of course, it's a lifestyle, you still need levels, but it's not like this huge turning point. The level 11 Luna is going to be providing you with lots and lots of damage. Anyways, this is a good call, regardless, because it still puts people on a timer, so that's nice. And this is going to pay off. Because this game, it's going to be very close to these 30 minutes. So yeah, the Midas is going to pay off in the time. That's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of early Midases coming out. S4 uses Elder Dragon for a bit ago. It's about to go down, and in fact, there it goes. Now on cooldown for about 53 seconds. Looks like he didn't get much done with it. I'm not sure if he's using it to get out of a bad situation or if he just wanted to harass a bit more. But you look at what Aki, EGM, and even Bulldog are doing. They're kind of close to this mid lane. Bulldog getting very close to that Blink Taker, about 500 away. Aki sitting at 4. What about EGM? Where is he at? He's not even 5 yet. He still needs that level. But like you talked about, Loda getting the quick level 11 is going to be the big deal, and going to be going for the Helm of the Dominator potentially. Midas now finally out there for Silent down bottom with 55 last hits. So I guess away we go in farming in a game that's supposed to be close right down to about the 37-minute mark. It's going to be Farm Central. Mag might get wrapped on here. They're going to go. There's the Lucent Beam to start things off. The Venomous Gale, nice spike, and Pale onto 2. Loda going to try to right-click down. The Spirit's not enough. Big Dream Coil coming in from Empire. EGM getting low, nice damage coming through from Resolution. Vangscore coming through with the Shadow Wave, doing so much damage, getting the first blood with the Shadow Wave. Admiral Bulldog trying to zone them back out, but a gank that goes horribly wrong for Team Alliance, and Empire, they grab a kill, and they get back.
Yeah, that's a big deal, but look at mid lane. This is the problem with faithing a Dragon Knight, and I can't even English. Jeez Christ, I'm way too excited. So S4 is, I mean, he's our Dragon Knight, and as soon as the puck rotates, you're gonna see so much damage on the tier 1, and it's already down half HP. And I think, even though this is a first blood going the way of the Dazzle, this could be still a win for Alliance. They don't care too much about the D-Knights, they just need the map control, they need to take down the towers, they need to take down these early objectives. And so far, well, it's gonna fall, and this is just one rotation.
Ooh, they're gonna try to get S4 healed, take the tower, but now getting silenced up. Do they have anything else? Telekinesis back, no Dream Coil for 32 seconds. Shadow Wave, the damage there, Fade Bolt, nice. Bottle charges coming out for EGM. S4 backing off. They're going to try to turn on Resolution. Phase Shift. Jaunts away. The Spirits. Can they do the damage? S4. Breathe Fire. He wants the Dragon Tail. Nice Grave again from Bankscore. But this time, the TP from Resolution. Is it going to be there? No. The Breathe Fire just at the last tick of the TP scroll. And S4 not only gets the tower, but he gets a kill on Empire's Resolution because of EGM's fantastic play. And now EGM is level 6 pimp.
Yeah, and this is going to be the turning point of the whole game here. We're going to see Alliance just dictating the pace of the game if they can make this stuff happen. And so far, EGM with a big rotations, and this is exactly what the Doctor ordered in the mid lane. After losing their top, well, first blood there, it was a big problem there. And even getting a tower last hit, it actually went to S4. Yeah, and he also got the kill, so this guy is looking so good. Now he's got to build in his Shadow Blade, and this is going to be up at a very good timing. And well, this is a very early game oriented, well, let's say mid game oriented item actually. It's going to be forcing a bit of sentries, a bit of other, you know, reveal items coming up from Empire. This is going to be starving the support so they don't get these mechanisms up. They don't get these arcane boots up.
Right.
They're not going to be having too fast of a blink dagger on the Rubik.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that certainly is a good item coming up from S4, and it makes sense to go, well, Blank, Lasso, Relocate, Resolution, in trouble, getting caught out. Is there enough damage? Yes, there absolutely is. The burst from the Spirits, the right click, the Breathe Fire as well. EGM grabbing the kill, Relocate already coming into play. They'll TP down bottom with that Elder Dragon form. S4 wants to go, Open Wounds, rages up as well. Silent going to town, the Shadow Wave misses in terms of the damage. They're still walking, ready to go, TP's up. Elder Dragon form, the Dragon Tail's ready. Bankscore walking to the high ground, why? Now, Venomous Gale hits up. He's going to try to TP away. Looks like he will survive potentially. He's going to heal himself in the well just to make sure of it. A 1-for-0 trade, no tower. Everyone from Alliance down here in the bottom lane except for Loda, who's up top, still working on getting some CS.
Yeah, that's a good rotation. Once again, here Alliance, they know how to just turn this game around, and they're showing it. But so far, the big thing, Puck died twice, and now he can't find the super early blink dagger that Resolution really likes to pick up. He's forced to go power treads before any sort of dagger, and that's not a big deal. But still, you want to have a very quick and early blink dagger, especially for this counter initiation against the Wisp. If you blink on top of the Wisp and silence him right after he just TP'd in and just coil him, destroy him pretty much, that's a great deal because the Wisp is not that tanky. And well, you know what? Now he actually is. Because he picked up an Urn of Shadows, he picks up a few wards, a magic wand as well, so he can just sustain himself way better now. Yeah,
EGM is feeling real confident about this game, and Alliance are feeling it right now. 11 minutes in, like you talked about, Shadowblade getting close for S4, about 600 gold away from it. And really, Empire have the farm on Silent, but that's about it. Nyx Assassin just hit 6 not too long ago, but he doesn't have much else. S4 might reveal a Smoke of Deceit. Do they have detection? No, they have no true sight on any of their heroes. They're all 5 bottom. S4 can run right into lane, reveal them, and back off if you really wanted to, giving a lot of room towards their top lane, towards, of course, Loda, as well as EGM, who can relocate, but down bottom, Admiral Bulldog's ready to go. S4 is going to wrap it on the backside. He sees everybody. Elder Dragon, now relocate. Telekinesis, Rage goes. S4 in trouble. Now the Eclipse flying. Dream Coil is up on a couple of heroes. Silent taking some damage. Last, they've already lost Dazzle for Empire. Silent getting low. He can't infest. He's going to fall. Loda with a double kill. Matt getting body blocked by Always Want to Fly. Getting killed by his teammate. Triple ultra kill for Loda. They're about to team wipe Empire. Resolution getting low. He'll fall. That is a team wipe for all intents and purposes. They'll get a tower on top of it, it looks like, and Loda with the ultra kill.
What is happening with the Lions? They just, like, kicked in the rear and they just mauled down Empire. What a perfect relocate once again. And Loda just pops his insanely strong ultimate right there. And it was the ultimate we talked about. It was the level 2 Eclipse, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just a big problem.
No, I think it was level 1 because he just got enough experience.
You're right, sorry.
Not sorry.
But anyways, like, this was still big because 3 of these Lucent Beams and pair that with the 1 Lucent Beam which Emmanuel cast, and that's just so much damage. But now he's gonna have the level 2 Eclipse, which I so much like.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
This is gonna be hard.
Yeah, and honestly, all of a sudden this hole, I mean, they were in a 2K hole before that for Empire, and now they're in a 4K hole with, of course, 5,000 experience going the way of Alliance as well. So you know, 37 minutes, we said surely Empire could kind of take this that long, but with that fight, and with Loda farming the Ancient stack, with the Helm of the Dominator flying out, and Ayasha, and his Ogre Club is theirs as well. It's not even the Helm of the Dominator. He picks up the Ogre Club and the Yasha. All of a sudden, like, he's going to get some ridiculous farm like you talked about, and they're going to look to pressure very early here at 13 minutes in.
Loda has near to 100 CS, which is of course now gonna be improving with this freaking Ancient stack, which is like 800 gold alone or something. It's ridiculous. And he's got 4 kills and he's still farming away so well. People like give Loda lots of crap, but this guy just making stuff work left, right, and center now top lane. Look at this. Like, they can't even find the opening Empire that is. They try to group up, but they have to be so careful.
Elder Dragon form popped up, the Shadow Blade as well. Who will he initiate on? Vangscore on the backside. Mag getting caught up, relocate. Lasso not going. Nice Grave. They want to take down Mag. The Shallow Grave only going to last a bit longer. Lasso's up on Silent right now. Mag will fall finally. Silent raging up. Vangscore trying to juke. He'll try to TP. Elder Dragon's up. There it goes. He's done. 2 down. The third, no. Silent infests into a creep. How long will he survive is the question. Puck will make his way up to the top lane. He'll say, no, I won't. I'm going to back up now. And I think Silent may die here. No rage, maybe for a couple of seconds. I can't tell.
They don't care. They just don't care. And it's a good idea because it would be wasting time. And now the creep with Silent inside is going to be the one in front. And yeah, the tower is going to be aggroing onto him. They try to deny him. There comes Silent. It's a turnaround. Loda has to just run away. Can he make it? Can he make it? Does Bulldog have a lasso? No, he doesn't for another 50 seconds. Now Loda's getting lifted. Oh man, nice counter initiation once again. And now S4 just gets out scot-free. And here comes the Eclipse. Silent is going to be the one to fall. Always want to fly. Loda with a triple. He nails them all down. They all dead. And Mag, oh man, Mag can't get away. He's going to be the next one to fall. And are we watching this insane 37-minute game coming to a conclusion before everything is said and done? Vanscore, it's no Rampage. In the end, it's going to be the Yo taking the Wisp. But what a nice turnaround. Alliance, this is looking like such an incredibly strong lineup once again from them. And their teamfight coordination, absolutely A+.
Disgusting plays coming out from Alliance. The counter initiation from S4 to make sure they focused him instead of Loda. And all of a sudden, Loda, well, he stays alive. He gets that Eclipse off like you talked about. The Ultra Kill, the second of the game at 15 minutes in for Alliance's carry. Say what you will about Loda. This guy, not only does he know how to hit creeps, he knows how to kill heroes. And Towers as well. He's going to get open wounded. Oh, relocate out. EGM making the sacrificial plays again, but maybe they want to fight this. S4 looking to go. He's got his Elder Dragon up and ready. They're going to fight BKB now up for Loda. They are going to go to town here in just a second. BKB is popped and Pale is up on EGM. He goes down very quick, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Dazzle already dead. Mag, Invis, or Vendetta, one of the two, always want to fly, getting dope. Nice Plague Ward block. Loda picks up another kill. Silence getting caught out. He'll get brought down. That's Veno's kill. Mag looking for Aki, looking for anything. Spike Carapace, not enough damage. Aki gonna stay alive. Double kill for Loda. They are just feeding Alliance at this point. It's 3-18. Alliance are gonna look to take the high ground, and I don't know if there's any way they can stop this tier 3 or Rax from being taken at the very least.
How can Alliance play so well? How can they just make these huge important calls like, you know what guys, we're gonna have a BKB up on Loda and let's go right back in. Let's not have any sort of stop of the whole action. And they just, well, they just party hard in the top lane, and now a bit of hesitation pushing the tier 3s, but there is a bit of damage being done. Look at this. This was just a casual, like, a few pokes here and there, and this was it. 1,000 damage on the tier 3, and this is how you play this game, they say. Yeah,
and Empire getting caught out of position, that's the byproduct of it. Not only once, not only twice, but 3 times in a row. Every single team fight now going the way of Alliance. They have probably an absurd gold lead, 14,000 at 17 minutes in. The question is, can Empire hang on for 20 more minutes? If they do, they're going to Shanghai no matter what. You look at 15,000 experience lead for Alliance as well. It would take some, I wouldn't say colossal misplays from Alliance, but some big, huge plays from Empire to really secure this game at 37 minutes in. But you look at Alliance, the next objective, Roshan. Take it, get the Aegis, fight for days, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
So the question is it going to be the DK with an Aegis, or is it going to be Loda? Because both of these two guys are very important in these team fights. I would personally say maybe Loda.
Yeah.
Well, you could also just make a point for the DK.
Well, the thing is, you're not going to have Elder Dragon if you use it before your Aegis, and I think that's maybe more important just to have Loda's right-click damage, especially if he gets his Manta style, which is coming very soon. But I don't know. You could argue either way, honestly, and you'd be right either way, I'd say. And it looks like, honestly, there's no way they can contest this. I'm surprised Empire is even out this far at this point. They want to try to get some CS, but this is a very dangerous place for them to be, especially that's only the armlet finally being purchased up for the Lifestealer. You look at what Loda and what S4 have, and it's just a bit more than that at this point. Actually, Silence ahead of S4, but not by much. 18 minutes in now, and the pressure is on. The pressure is on.
And if they just, you know, turtle it up for like 2 more minutes, like if Empire doesn't fight right now, they're gonna face a level 3 Eclipse, and we are not only 20 minutes in the game. Yeah. And this means destruction, this means everything, but it's not good for Empire.
That's disgusting, actually. I don't often look at this, but experience per minute, Loda's leading the way by 200 extra experience, so that's the Midas coming into play right now. Mag's here, they're looking to jump, but you have to understand EGM's also here to relocate out at a moment's notice, but, well, not if he gets Vendetta and Impelled and infested out on. So now Loda has to back off. He's actually alone, but he'll BKB and try to fight. Eclipse is going to go, raises up the lasso. Mag getting brought down just by the Eclipse alone. S4 and Alliance, they were waiting to spring the trap, and boy, did they. Oh my gosh. Where did their team go? It's gone. Empire, they vanished.
And this is the point where you're saying in your team speak, it's a trap, and they can't do it. They can't hold their tier 2s. It's one less tier 2 in the map, and we just got one more in the mid lane to go, and then they're gonna take down high ground objectives. Or do they even? They could just go Rex right now. They've got such a strong 5-man. Well, they're lacking the Wisp, but you know what? Wisp can just TP in. He's a freaking Wisp.
Yeah.
And now, this is it. This is high ground.
They're gonna weave up right now. Force forward from S4. There's gonna be the relocate. EGM gonna try to zone everybody out. He'll tether back to Loda. It looks like, I mean, Empire really cannot do much in this engagement. There's just too much damage coming up from Alliance unless they get a good engagement. Nice telekinesis into the Impale. EGM about to be out. No! Loda silenced up. He has the, of course, Aegis and his BKB in 20 seconds, but only in 20 seconds. Admiral Bulldog, lasso in 13. They've got to back away now. I don't know if Empire can chase this. It looks like they can't. They got slowed up by the Venomous Gale from Aki. They keep their Raxes, but they lose the tier 3 tower already at 20 minutes in. Ooh, baby.
And Alliance did only lose one tier 1 yet. This means no gold for the supports. Look at the net worth on the supports and on the Nyx Assassin. He can be Nyx all he wants. This is not what you want to have for him. He doesn't even have a Blink Dagger up. 20 minutes in the game, he's looking at 1.1k gold. The current gold is really telling. Loda is sitting on a 3.3k trust fund. Whatever item he's going to be picking up means go big, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like a Butterfly, just for the extra added DPS. Or, well, maybe someone else is going to be picking up some pushing items, like a Stygian Desolator. This would be usually very crazy and not the best item pickup because it doesn't propagate to the glaives, but in this circumstances, you might as well go for it. Yeah,
maybe even some Necros at some point in time, but it looks like no one's heading down that road just yet. BKB is going to be the next choice for Admiral Bulldog. We already have the Lothars and BKB now up for the DK. Luckily, finally, the Puck does get his Blink Dagger at about, I'd say, 21 minutes in, and that is not the best time for Resolution. We're so used to seeing this guy just absolutely dominate games and team fights, and this guy right now has been doing anything but that. It's not really his fault, but Alliance, Mag, no, my friend, you are...
I see him.
You are gonna die. You are gonna get...
Silence in him.
Why?
This is big.
Oh no, Silence gonna try to TP out with Rage. No, the lasso's there. Admiral Bulldog pulling him back. Loda with another one. Loda is 13-0-8. He says, screw the Butterfly. I want my freaking Art of Transfer Satanic or whatever it is that I'm building. I just want a Reaver at this point. You can't kill me. It's not gonna happen. And all of a sudden...
with his BKB. Yeah. It's an 8-second BKB still. He picked it up so early and always was there for the big team fights. And it all just turned around with this huge ass team fight initiation top lane where they just turned around with a nicely timed Wisdom P. Even a super aggressive ward being planted here, and they've got enough. They're gonna go in. Resolution is being stunned. There's a weave on pretty much everyone on Alliance, but who cares? You're just gonna kill everyone. Resolution now getting healed up. Nice phase shift, and he's gonna be okay for the time being. Bulldog with a big blink, and once again, there's a buyback from Resolution. Can they turn it around though?
Yeah, they're diving a bit too far. Alliance, they mech up right now. Resolution Dream Coil goes. It looks like phase shift away. In trouble. He'll die back just instantaneously. All of a sudden, Alliance, a set of racks, vanishes right before their eyes. They want the tier 4. They want the Huts real quick. Overcharge on Loda. He's hitting like a tank right now. Always want to fly the glaives. You've got to be careful. Look at that damage. Loda now working the tier 4 down, whittling it lower and lower. How did it go so wrong for Empire? They're not dead yet, but they're getting very close. Silent has to have the fight of his life, but it looks like it's not going to happen. There's too much damage. They're being overrun. 2,500 gold in the bank for Loda. He could buy his heart right now if he wanted to, but they just want to finish this. And Silent is just sitting here, waiting, trying to get something done. Impale is up. Loda gets impaled. He's got Eclipse. It's level 3. The tier 4 goes down. They're going to work maybe on the next set of racks. They're backing off now. Resolution up in 6 seconds. They don't want to continue on yet, but they have one tier 4. Admiral Bulldog, lasso up on Always Want to Fly. Nice grave, but that shouldn't really save him here. Bank score getting caught out. Impale onto 2. Illusory Orb. Loda still. His age is gone. Mag getting caught out. Buyback from Mackie. Big Eclipse. Loda blows up everybody. 3 down for Empire. Buyback from Mag immediately. S4 BKBs. They're looking for the tier 4. They want to end this now. Resolution jumps in. Silent trying to do whatever he can to S4 or Admiral Bulldog. Mag gets gone again. Just gets blown up. Silent in the well.
Wow.
They're diving. They don't even care. 23 minutes in. And Resolution trying to do what he can. Empire will call GG. 23 minutes. I cannot believe what we just saw. Alliance with one of the biggest one-sided victories I've ever seen coming through up against Team Empire.
Insane. I'm just like so blown away. I had this insane game with Gods the other day, like yesterday, and I was just having so much fun on BTS, and now we're here at BTS again, this time with you, an even better game. Are you freaking kidding me? It's insane. It just, wow. I'm blown away. Alliance, well freaking played. Absolutely insane performance.
How did it go so wrong for Team Empire when they just picked apart Sigma and they came in 37 minutes, all they needed to do, and all of a sudden it goes so poorly? But to Alliance's credit, what plays coming out from every single player, and this is what we were expecting maybe in this previous game coming out. Pimp, I gotta say, it was a heck of a day. And I'm not even done yet, but do you have any shout-outs before we get out of here?
No, I'm completely done. I just want to say, like, if you guys enjoyed my casting, you can follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/PIMPMUCKL. I'm going to post it in chat. And you know what? Guys, go follow Mod. He's just doing an absolutely insane job the whole freaking day. When did you get up? Like 7 a.m.?
6 actually, but
yeah. What? I mean, come on, guys.
Well, I mean, it's casting. I'm gonna cast when it's BTS. It's BTS.
Yeah, come on.
It's BTS. I got to start off the day, of course, with DK versus CIS. Great series there, and then, of course, getting to the qualifiers. But guys, I'm not done yet. If you enjoyed the cast, go ahead, follow me at twitter.com/MontDota2, please. Any sort of comments, criticisms, concerns, I would love to hear your feedback, whether you liked it or not. Really want to hear it, obviously, guys. Later on this evening, for you guys who are Americans out there, 7 o'clock Eastern time, we've got the North American Rejects, the new team, Korok, Brax, Snaking, Fogged, 1437, and DSMK playing up against Ban Earth Spirit. That starts sharply at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or Eastern Standard Time, whatever it is at this point in time, guys. So for that's with all that being said, guys, congrats to Alliance. Really well played. An absolutely fantastic team. They'll be heading to Shanghai, and just so well played there. We are going to jump out of here to take a quick commercial break. Stay and chat with you guys if you'd like, but of course, also check out highground.tv if you enjoy my casting as well. But that's enough plugs and sellout stuff for now. So, guys, it's been so much fun. We'll see y'all later. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.